Hello everyone, KirbyVolt here, and welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man ZX. On the last episode, we got the final Biometal Fragments, and we now have all 6 Biometals, Models X, Z, H, P, F, and L, all in our possession. And with that, we have access, maybe, to going to take on the confrontation. Yeah, that makes sense. To going to confront Model W. But we're not going to do that today, actually. I'm discussing something that we haven't really discussed at all throughout this Let's Play, and that's that there are side quests to do in this game. And a lot of them. Are we going to be doing all of them? No, because most of them just give you money, and it's not that great of a reward. There is, however, 2 side quests that will yield us in a very decent reward, and it's probably worth it, because you'll be getting us something that we couldn't get back in Area K. It doesn't replace it, but it does at least give us something so we can at least have a third of these. You know, a sub-tank. Should you talk to people either on the Guardian base or people in town, they will give you side quests. And you can go and select them by just going back to the terminal as per the usual, and selecting mission requests. Side quests will be in an orange border as opposed to the green. That's the way to differentiate them between what's the main quest, what's the main story stages, and what are the side quests. A lot of side quests are kind of repetitive and kind of boring. This one's, for instance, deliver the aid kit. What we want to do here is that we need to go and get an aid kit from Area L and deliver it back to Muget, the nurse there. And how do we get it? Well, it's located in crates here in Area L, specifically the first time in Area L1. And yeah, I said the first time, because guess what? In this quest, if we want to get that sub-tank, we have to alternate between this quest and another quest and do them both 3 times each. So it's going to be a bit of a long haul. Since we've already seen this stage, there's really no point in me talking over it the entire time. Instead, what I think I'm going to do is that we're going to get this first aid kit. I'm going to show you what it looks like and how to get it. And then from there, I'm going to be having something else take over, discussing all the biometals we've obtained, because there's a lot of interesting history with all of these different biometals, because they are the souls of past warriors. As for getting what we're going after here, we just have to be a bit careful. The interference signals are probably the most annoying things to deal with here, but not that big of a deal in the overall scheme. Again, the stage isn't that bad, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, these big blocks, those are the crates she's talking about. And yes, we do in fact need to go all the way to Area L1. I've seen some places say you need to just go to any place in Area L that has these crates, but that's... For my practice run, that was not the case. They were in very specific areas, and in specific crates too, actually, I believe. So... once we get out of Area L3, we'll be in Area L2, and then we'll be closer to getting to Area L1. Yay! And so instead of having to watch me do this 3 separate times, because both these quests make you go to this area specifically, I'll instead put those nice little fun information history lesson stuff, because history is fun, despite what people may say about it. I think it's fun anyway. Area L2 is easy enough, though. Just ram, dodge, ram, don't get hit by the crate, because remember, those can kill you. That's not a good thing. You don't want that to happen, that would suck. And since we're not doing a mission, if you die when you're not doing a mission, it will instead give you just continue from save point. The nice thing about doing missions is that they give you the ability to go to retry mission, which will start you from what you had your settings were at the beginning of the mission. So say you hadn't saved yet, it's very nice. But since we're technically... Actually, we are doing a mission. Never mind. I'm dumb. We are doing a mission. We're doing the mission of get the thing. Duh. But still good to point out, should you be exploring on your own and not doing a mission, yeah, if you die, it goes to continue from save point. So save constantly is the idea. And by die, I mean get game over. Because, I mean, you die. You know what happens when you die. You see me die quite a few times here, actually. Anywho's, this is what it looks like. It looks pretty similar in both different quests, so I'll meet you back at Guardian HQ. I don't think I need to show you the way there. I think it's pretty obvious, hopefully. So I'll meet you back there, show you what to do, start up the next side quest, and then we'll begin that history lesson. See ya in just a tick. Alright, so we're back at the Guardian base. The thing about this quest is that in order to complete it, we actually have to go all the way over here, talk to Muget, or Mugget, I'm not really sure how you pronounce her name. Muge? I don't know. Give her the kit. And then go back to the transfer, accept the mission, and then we're done. So it's kind of a bit annoying in that regard that we can't just be like, hey, we gave it to you, we're done, or hey, we transported over, we're done. No, you have to actually go and do this. Now, so why I'm not doing other side quests is that, again, I don't think a lot of them are that beneficial. They'll give you some fun bonus items, and they're kind of nifty in that regard, but as far as the main game goes, they're not really essential. I mean, heck, sub-tanks aren't really that essential either, but, you know, I want to at least get some more health on my hands. Now, this is Rose. Talk to her after you complete that side quest, and that will start up this next side quest where she says, hey, go pick up this other thing that's also found in Area L. So, we go and talk to her, and then we go back to Mission Select. And we do deliver the energy pack. Take that mission and head to Area L. And at this point, I'm gonna have my previous recorded self talking about the biometals take it away. This is gonna go into a mini screen, so you can see this being probably sped up as we talk about the awesomeness and the history about all the biometals that we have and we have encountered. I'll see you in this version of the recording in a little while. Biometal Model X. The first biometal we obtained in our journey. All biometals are conscious beings with a form of sentience either through some sort of artificial intelligence or encapsulation of the mind and abilities of heroes past. Model X serves as one of the oldest biometals, coming from the long ago age of 20XX, where another blue robot bearing a similar name fought an evil scientist in countless battles. However, Model X's story does not truly begin until the age of 21XX, where he fought alongside his good friend that would eventually become Model Z. Together, they took down a great threat created by humanity's desire to seek the potential of machines, and attempted to stop a war of man versus machine. With the threat eliminated, a new battle emerged, and Model X and his friend once again fought to save humanity. What becomes of these events are a bit unclear, as the original form of Model X vanishes from the world in order to contain the last great advancement in technology that the war of man and machine created. Upon releasing it, his original form is believed to be deceased. He appears to us as a biometal in the modern age, a fragment of his old self and abilities, with a strong sense of justice still intact. Ability-wise, he's not that special, having only the X-Buster for us to use when Mega Merged. It offers a variety of blasts, though a bit odd that the Reserve Charge Shot is the stronger of the two charged abilities. Despite this, it is through Model X that we were able to pull off the double Mega Merge, using Model X's fractured power in conjunction with the biometal fragments we have found along the way. His original creator saw him as limitless potential, but feared what that potential could do should his creation judge humanity in a negative light. Despite these countless wars and some betrayals, the original X has remained loyal to protecting the peace, no matter the cost. Biometal Model H. The first biometal half we received from one of Serpent's pseudodroids. This biometal contains the consciousness of the legendary warrior Sage Harpuya. This warrior was loyal to the original leader of Neo-Arcadia, the supposed final city of humanity. Over time, however, this later was replaced by a copy, but Model H's soul did not realize this until crossing blades with a member of a resistance group trying to liberate Neo-Arcadia from tyranny. He became a major ally to the being that would become Model Z, and worked with him to stop the major mastermind of destruction in that era. He has reappeared as a biometal in the modern age as a way to combat the evil entity known as Model W. Double merging with his fragment allows the use of Model H's twin sabers, and the ability to scan enemies for their health and weak points. Most importantly, it gives the ability to air dash and hover, making it very useful for tricky platforming. Biometal Model L, the biometal we first encountered under the icy waters of the former Guardian excavation site. This biometal contains the soul of legendary warrior Fairy Leviathan, one of X's guardians during the occupation of Neo Arcadia. She was a Reploid very concerned with the safety of humans of that era, and she fought with her other Guardian siblings, and notably the being that would become Model Z, in order to take down a great threat. She has reappeared as a biometal in this era, created by the leader of the excavation team in order to combat Model W. She is determined to fight whatever the new threat may be in order to keep the peace. Double merging with her fragments allows the use of her spear, and the ability to find items scattered across the world. While the spear may seem like a bit of an odd weapon, its effectiveness underwater is unparalleled thanks to Model L's superb swimming abilities. Biometal Model F, the biometal we salvaged from the burning city during the evacuation mission. This biometal contains the soul and abilities of the legendary warrior fighting Fafnir, one of X's guardians during the age of Neo Arcadia. Fafnir was a hot-headed warrior who enjoyed battle regardless of who he was fighting, and as such, was at odds with the heroes of that era in addition to his fellow guardians. He eventually sided with the heroes of that era in order to prevent human extinction across the planet. He has reappeared as Biometal Model F in this era, similar to his fellow former guardians. All were created by Prairie's missing sister. Model F's abilities, when double mega merged, allow the use of his twin cannons that can be guided to move in different directions. It also possesses the ability to shoot upward, and can create massive blazes in order to clear obstacles. Biometal Model P. This biometal we took from the killer of Vent's mother, the maverick that started Vent on this path 10 years prior. It contains the soul and abilities of the legendary warrior Hidden Phantom, one of X's guardians during the age of Neo Arcadia. Phantom was a fiercely loyal guardian to X, serving him even in death. He was a key guardian in convincing his fellow comrades the error of their ways following the false X, defecting them to helping the true heroes of that era. Despite not having a body to speak of, he has reappeared as Biometal Model P in this era. He and his fellow, now Biometal Guardians, follow Model X due to being cloned Reploids of X, each focusing on parts of X's limitless potential. For Model P, that focus is on stealth and quick attacks. Model P allows us to use the rapid kunai attack, cling onto obstacles, and see upcoming enemies. Biometal Model W. This biometal is in possession of Serpent and has many terrible abilities, such as driving humans and Reploids mad. Centuries ago, during the time of Neo Arcadia, the despicable man returned to power in order to conquer the world for his own. Using his human and Reploid abilities, he sought to destroy the last human refuge outside of his occupied Neo Arcadia by crashing Space Colony Ragnarok into the planet. This madman was thwarted by a legendary hero who sacrificed his life for everlasting peace. In the years to pass, the wreckage of the colony that man had fused with were taken and used to create Model W. One of these core fragments was found by the first leader of the now modern-day Guardians, Prairie's sister. She sealed it away after studying it, and also created Biometal's Models X, H, L, F, P, and Z in hopes of countering it. Each biometal she created also contained a password that would unseal the Model W core, in the hopes that one day someone would appear to defeat Model W. Model W's power is overwhelming, capable of corrupting man and machine. Its power was used on Giro, causing him to fight us and sadly end his life. Despite his calm and collected nature, Serpent is being used by Model W, being the member of the Guardian excavation unit that went mad when in contact with the core. While Serpent holds a fragment of the Model W and its core, it's possible we've encountered Model W's power in previous battles against certain foes. Biometal Model Z. The biometal originally used by our boss, Giroret. After our fateful fight with Giro, he sacrificed his life to ensure ours and the future of Reploids and humans. This biometal contains the soul of the legendary Reploid, Zero, who fought with the Resistance against the cruel occupation of Neo Arcadia centuries prior. Zero originally comes from the long ago era, the same age in which X was created. He was meant to fight and destroy X, as his creator harbored a vendetta against X's good-natured creator. Despite this, he and X became friends and close comrades, saving X countless times during the Maverick Wars and nearly escaping death multiple times. He was sealed off for a few centuries and reawakened during the time of Neo Arcadia in hopes he could stop the tyranny of Copy X, a false copy of the legendary hero and his former friend. With his help, the Resistance was able to pinpoint the true mastermind of the oppression and take him down once and for all. This ended in Zero's final sacrifice, leaving peace to humans and Reploids to rebuild and renew the world. Centuries later, Model Z was created using the remaining fragments of Zero's body and mind. Created by a scientist who led the Resistance in the past, Model Z's goal was to defeat the power of Model W with chosen heroes. This scientist would become the first leader of the modern-day Guardians, and despite her best efforts, was unable to defeat Model W fully. Model Z allowed Giro to wield the legendary blade of Zero, the Z-Saber, and double merge of X. It allows us to do the same, in addition to using a buster gun that Zero used during the time of Neo Arcadia. It's nothing fancy compared to the other models, but it's an effective method of attack. Now in our hands, it is up to us as Mega Man Model ZX to prevent Model W from destroying the world. Alright, I'm back. We still have one more mission to do. We have to do get the energy pack mission still. One last time, though. So we're gonna do that. Came back because I hope you enjoyed that little history bit. I think it's just really fascinating, the really cool story that they have going on here, utilizing all of the different characters from the Mega Man Zero series, and then incorporating them into this series. There's a lot of really cool stuff, and there's a lot of cool details. And there's a bit of a mystery to it, too. It's a really cool, in-depth story here that I feel like that could be dived into a bit more. I mean, there is a sequel to this game, so they obviously dive into it a bit more, but it hasn't been one since. I think it's also very interesting, because I read in an interview with the creators of Mega Man Zero and this game, that initially, the Zero series is supposed to be just one game. I know in that little history bit there was the false X, and that was because there was a being called Copy X that was the first antagonist of the first game. But at the time, it was supposed to be just X. It was supposed to be that X's desire for peace had become pretty much totalitarian, that he just wanted to pretty much rule everything so that he could essentially keep the peace, because he did not believe machines, surprise, surprise, could not be capable of handling themselves with humanity. But apparently, except that Capcom didn't like that idea, because, you know, you're making one of their former heroes into this kind of bad guy. So it was changed at the last minute to become this copy version instead. And from that actually stemmed this larger story of Mega Man Zero. I think there's a lot of cool stuff with that said. And if you haven't played the Zero games, go ahead. I'd say they're a lot harder than the ZX games, so just bear that in mind. And also, there's our last thing we need for a side quest right there. But they have a fantastic story, and so if you can't play the games, at least look at the story, because a lot of the story heavily influences at least this first ZX game. What I like about the ZX series is that it has this good grounding, and in the sequel, it actually kind of takes a very interesting turn of events as to what's going on. Model W, though I never said by name, I will kind of hint at it again, was based after an actual human character that showed up in the Mega Man Zero series. He didn't show up until Mega Man Zero 3, and was the main antagonist of Mega Man Zero 4. What his name is a bit of a tricky situation depending on which version you're living in, because his name is different in the Japanese version. As such, the Model W is actually called Model V in the Japanese version of this game. As to why, I don't know, they just felt like changing it, I guess. It's kind of a really weird change, though, if you know what his name is, and you know another character that has a very similar sounding name in the English, but then again, the name in Japanese is pretty much the exact same name the character has in the English version of Mega Man X series, so they had to change it, I guess. Anywho's, talk to Rose one last time, hand over the energy pack. She'll talk about that she has special presence, blah blah blah, precision, and actually she modified her presence even more this time, and guess what? She discovered how to make an entirely new item. And she'll send that to us once we do the mission reports. And so, this is how you get the 4th sub-tank in Mega Man ZX. Remember, we skipped that 3rd one because Area K. I don't like Area K. And sub-tank. So, we now have 3 sub-tanks in hand. With that, there is a bit of the pressing matter that we have kind of been neglecting to discuss that Prairie wants to see us about, but we'll have to do that next time. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Let's Play Mega Man ZX. If you like this video, please consider hitting that like button below, and if you want to see more content from me, please consider subscribing. I hope you're all having a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, ciao!